Our next story is from the Indian state of Bihar. On Tuesday, it was asked by the Supreme Court of India to release a breakup of its caste survey data to enable those aggrieved to challenge the findings. What is all this about? Let me break it down for you. You see, on the 2nd of October 2023, the Bihar government released its much-awaited caste census report. The report basically highlighted the percentage of the backward classes in the state. According to the survey, extremely backward classes comprised 36% of the state's 13 crore population. Other backward classes formed 27.13% of the state's population, while the general category formed just 15%. The survey also said that the Yadavs were the largest caste in Bihar in terms of population. And immediately after the data was released, questions were asked about the Bihar government's intentions. Critics described it as an eyewash and a divisive tactic. They said the government of Bihar was trying to indulge in caste-based politics. In the months that followed, several petitions were filed by NGOs questioning the authenticity of the data and asking the Bihar government to make the data public. It's January 2024 and the government of Bihar has not done the needful, which is why the Supreme Court of India has intervened. On Tuesday, a two-judge bench presided by Justice Sanjeev Khanna and Justice Dipankar Datta asked the government of Bihar to release the data to the public, questioning as to what extent can it withhold the data. Let me quote an excerpt from the court's verdict. Breakup of the data should be normally made available because people, when they want to challenge a particular inference, that should be given. More than the report itself, what we are concerned about is that the breakdown of the data is not normally made available to the public, which leads to a lot of problems. The question is, to what extent can the government withhold the breakup of the data? Meanwhile, an advocate appearing on behalf of some of the petitioners pointed out that the matter has been pending before the court since last year. He said during this time, the Bihar government has used the survey to implement new measures. Let me quote his exact statement. Your lordships are repeatedly told nothing will happen, but the report is being implemented and reservation has been increased from 50 to 70%. This has been challenged before the Patna High Court. Since things are moving apace, in the meantime, we would like to argue for interim relief. Now, how did the court respond to this request? Well, it refused to grant any interim relief to the petitioners. It only asked the Bihar government to file a report on the caste survey. So at the end of the day, the Supreme Court did question the Bihar government's decision to conduct such a survey, but it refused to get into how this survey was being used for reforms. As for the matter, the case has been posted for further hearing on the 5th of February. WION now available in your country. Download the app now. Get all the updates on the move.